Hi guys, I'm Teacher Shannon and welcome back to my channel. Today we are focusing on verbs and how to take an infinitive verb or verb 1 and change it to the past or past participle, also known as verb 2 or verb 3. So make sure to follow along with this video because I'm going to teach you 5 super simple rules that will help you with your spelling. As long as you know these, you can change any regular infinitive to the past simple or the past participle. So make sure to subscribe to this channel. That way you get to follow along with all of our grammar lessons and continue to build on your ESL skills every week. When we learn verbs, we always learn them as the base form first. This can also be known as the infinitive form or verb 1. These are all different names to just mean the basic verb. And this is because we use it for the present simple to talk about things that are a fact or always true. But when we want to change our verb to talk about the past, well, how do we do that? Well, with these 5 simple tips or spelling rules, you'll be able to change any verb into its past form. Well, any regular verb, but we'll get back to that in a second. So let's get started with some examples. And we're gonna start real simple with verbs that end in E. So for example, like. How do we change like to verb 2? Well, we simply add D. Like becomes liked. Next up, we have it's a vowel plus a consonant. Now, you might be wondering, what is a consonant? Just remember that A, E, I, O, U, those are your vowels, and anything that is not a vowel is a consonant. So if you have one vowel plus one consonant, we are going to double your consonant and add ed. So for example, with a verb like stop, we are going to see our vowel O, consonant P, and we're going to double that consonant, which means add one more and then add ed. Exactly. Okay, let's get to spelling rule number 3. We have a consonant plus Y. Again, we know what our consonants are, but if I have a Y after it, I can't simply add ed. I have to remove that Y, take it out, and add an I, ed. So take out the Y, add an I. We're going to take out our Y and then add IED. Next up, spelling rule number 4. We have a vowel plus Y. Now, you might have seen this in a past video of mine, but if you have a vowel and a Y, think of them as best friends. They cannot be separated. So we have to keep them together and just add ed. So we have the verb play. You can play soccer. And if I did it yesterday, I played soccer. And our last one. Now, this rule can change depending on country. Remember that British spelling and American spelling is different. If you have a word with 2 syllables, remember syllables, how we break up the word, but it ends in a vowel and an L, like this one. In travel, we have our vowel E and our consonant is L. If you have vowel plus L in British spelling, we double the L and then add ed. So travel becomes travel with double L and ed. If it were American spelling, we don't need 2 L's. So whatever spelling you prefer to use, make sure that you use the same spelling throughout. So it doesn't matter unless you are studying in a particular country or applying for a university in a specific country, try to follow that country's spelling rules. But if you are just writing in English or trying to practice more often, just make sure that you're always following one set of spelling rules, whichever you prefer or feel more comfortable with. So that's it. Those are your simple 5 spelling rules to remember when you're changing any regular verb 1 into verb 2. And an important thing to remember is that if you know how to change a verb from verb 1 to verb 2, if it's regular, you also know how to change it to verb 3 because it's the same spelling rules. That's why these are so important, because you can use them with multiple tenses. Now, remember that if it's not one of these, you're either dealing with a regular verb that just ends in ed, or it might be an irregular verb. Irregular verbs have no rules. That's what makes them so difficult. So unfortunately, you will have to try to remember those on your own. So that's all for today. It's a super simple lesson, super fast, easy to remember, and make sure, please, you can watch this again and again, but please write this down in your notebook and subscribe to this channel. That way you can stay up to date on all of the ESL grammar lessons that I've got prepared for you. If you have any comments or questions, make sure to write them down below and I will get back to you personally. And I hope you'll tune in for the next video. And don't forget your notebook. Yeah, you can watch this again, but it's always best to write it down.